Rough and Tumble is pretty good. This is an Inspector Willoughby cartoon from Walter Lantz Productions, released in 1961. It's directed by Paul J. Smith with a voice cast including Dal McKennon. And I had never seen an Inspector Willoughby cartoon before, at least to my knowledge. I had no idea what to expect, and I have to say it's pretty delightful. Inspector Willoughby is quite a short character, and he is sent to arrest the wanted Pretty Boy McCoy. And Pretty Boy McCoy is not a short character. He is large, he is very tall, much taller than Willoughby, and obviously we have this comedy with the physical appearances being very contrasting. There are a lot of visual gags in this that work really well, and some of them were maybe a little bit repetitive, but I'll get to that in a moment. This is, of course, set in the classic Wild West, and we have some quite a few visual jokes actually that really appealed to me. Even the writing on the storefronts, we have a Wells Fargo parody, and the fronts are really beautiful. The town is very well animated. The character animation is brilliant. The color palette is gorgeous. And in particular, one moment, I loved the colour, but I'll talk about that with a spoiler warning in a moment. When I give the spoiler warning, I'll also mention the bit that I kind of feel like was a little bit slow, but also I enjoyed part of it, which does sound hypocritical, but I will explain it. Inspector Willoughby is a really interesting character. I'm definitely keen to see more of this character. He has been in quite a few cartoons, so I'm keen to see what they're like. But based purely on Rough and Tumbleweed, I think the character is really good. I liked the character of Pretty Boy McCoy, even though he was the antagonist. He wasn't irritating. I didn't dislike him even, which is quite peculiar. And I really enjoyed the character's performance. Very well animated and a lot of visual gags as well. So this worked for me quite a lot, and I'm really looking forward to watching more. So with a spoiler warning, I will now mention a few specific things. So spoilers from now. The colour palette aspect I was alluding to before is when they have the mirage. And we have this lake mirage, and McCoy is about to jump into it. And when he does, the water disappears. And the animation of that water disappearing and the hot red ground underneath it bleeding through was just so beautiful. I loved that. Then we have the bit with the safe. And I feel like the safe took up way too much time. But at the same time, I loved the animation with the train tracks. And that's part of the safe gag. So I'm kind of contradicting myself by saying I thought it was too much time in the cartoon, but at the same time, I rather enjoyed bits of it. And I did think the train track gag was very funny. Very, very well animated. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Rough and Tumbleweed is a really good cartoon. Inspector Willoughby seems like a really fun protagonist. And I'm definitely looking forward to more.